You got your bed, leader. You got your friends, leader. You take care of your kin, leader. Your brother, your friend, leader. You got your bed, leader. If you got your friends, leader. You take care of your kin, leader. Your brother, your friend, leader. It's sealed. You cannot tell me I'm not a leader. Retribution, yeah, it's coming for Edom. Bible scriptures and we giving them ether. Moab, I ain't forgiving you neither. You want a God or you want a pleaser? Tell me, you want the creator or you want a creature? Man, it's a fixed fight. And best believe we ain't taking no losses. Northern Kingdom put an end to their crosses. Top level, take me straight to your bosses. To the bottom where they all try to toss us. Let them know that we still rise. Got a chariot up in the sky. This crown talk, swing low, swing by. Man, we still holding. Let them know that we still going. Got these scriptures, we still coping.
Where can I find the commandments that God, what he's talking about? Where can I find that at? And his laws in the Bible, right? This is the book of the law, right? And this is what I'm speaking to you, right? That's why I can speak that to you to show you where you're going off at. You know, go back to Leviticus 19:17 to show you that love, so that way you're not falling off. You don't get killed. Something bad happened to you. I don't want no judgment, evil happen to you. I want you. I want to see you on this side, teaching your people. You know what I'm saying? You getting built up, and you building the name up in the kingdom. Read.
Be not afraid of their faces.
Say, why? We out here in the hood. There's Bloods, Crips, Gangster, Disciple, Vice Lords, Latin Kings, MS-13s, all around here. We ain't scared of nobody, bro. We go everywhere. We got schools set up all over the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? All over the place. We got places. We got people set up teaching right now. The Sabbath day, even you know what I'm saying? Even there's different time zones. You know what I'm saying? That brother's teaching right now. Read.
For I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
Our job is to build and to plant. We turned out all the doctrines, all the lies. This right here is white Jesus all through the minds of our people. That's all they know. You go into these Northern Kingdom little establishments, what you see? You see all that, the white Jesus, Virgin Mary, all them Roman candlesticks, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff you see in there, idolatry. This stuff is in our people, the cross. They ain't got nothing to do with you. Well, we gonna bring you the true image of Christ. We're not saying that's Christ. You know what I'm saying? We don't bow down, we don't worship that. But it's more of a true depiction or image of what Christ looked like, okay? To get this out of your brain, this is a big stronghold. That's what you gotta pull down and root out and destroy. And then you gotta plant and build that image into people to show them that you the best thing created here on the earth, Brother Honeycutt. So go back to Ezekiel 3:17. Watch this right here. So remember now you know what the watchman is the prophet. Read.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth.
Hear the word out my mouth. This is the mouth of God. Read.
And give them warning from me.
He said to give them warning. That's our job, is to warn everybody. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, brother? How you doing? What's your name?
My name's Curly King. I'm from Wisconsin.
From Wisconsin? Okay, all praise there.
I'm a Vietnam vet.
Pleasure to meet you. Hey, I'm a veteran too. You know what I'm saying? I went to over there overseas, OIF, Operation American Freedom.
There you
too.
go.
I went there too. But hey, you want to make sure you want to be a veteran of the best army.
There you
want to
go.
be in the army of the Most High.
Man.
Okay? Watch this right here.
Thank you, bro.
Watch this, read.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
Right, because it tell you though, you fall out of the way, you're gonna die. Read.
And thou giveth him not warning.
Not giving him now, like you said, if I don't warn you from God, remember he said we got to give warning. If I don't warn you, read.
Nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life.
That's our job, is to save lives. That's what a watchman do, right? Like, you know, like you gotta watch the flock. You gotta make sure them wolves and stuff ain't out there eating the flock or lions or whatever. Read.
The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
Hear that same man, because you didn't keep the commandments, you wasn't do what you're supposed to do. Most High gonna he'll put you to death, right? But read.
But his blood will I require at thy hand.
So his blood, he gonna require at my hand, because I show hatred to you. I didn't show you no love. I didn't try to correct you, okay? That's like you about to get hit by a car and I don't say nothing and the car smash you. I could have saved your life.
Right.
Only if I'd have said your name, you would have stopped and turned around and not went forward. You get what I'm saying? You see the big picture? Read.
Yet, if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from the wickedness.
So now if I warn you, right, if I do go and tell you, and you choose not to change, read.
Nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity.
You still gonna die in your iniquity, but what's gonna happen to me?
But thou hast delivered thy soul.
I delivered my soul because I did my job, okay? Like I told you, I showed you love. You get what I'm saying? You said you had a question though. Well, you gotta go. You had a question.
I appreciate what y'all doing.
Yeah, you need to come. Hey, you got a flyer, man. Call us, man.
Brought back the memory. I watched you and him, and I saw you on the YouTube channel too.
All praise.
I watched one thing that I believe, like I'm telling y'all, that most Christians, they don't believe that you should follow the law.
Right.
Keep the law. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? My producer, gospel music, he's actually an Israelite. So, you know what I'm saying? He follows the law and stuff too.
Right.
But the only thing that I can't believe that because from what I see, and what the scripture says in the New Testament about it's not for Jew, he didn't come this for Jew and Greek. You know what I'm saying?
But do you understand? Do you understand the history of did you know that there's a captivity missing in the New Testament? You understand that?
About the Apocrypha.
Yeah, you know the Apocrypha. That's where you're gonna find the Greek captivity. What happened during that time with the Greeks? Give me that in that history. I want that in was it First Maccabees 6? Or First Maccabees 6? Second Maccabees 6. Watch this right here. This is where you don't understand. This is what happened with most Christians. They don't understand that history because they don't know about this book because it's been removed. You could buy the Bible with this in it, but it costs more. But people don't know nothing about it. Apocrypha means it's a Greek word for hidden books. This is what was taken out by the white Protestant church. During the time when we were coming off of hard bondage, we was able to learn how to start reading and write. Okay? Now we get this book introduced to us, which is your history book, but it's given to you in this image, not the true image. You don't know that. You're the people of the book that it's talking about. So now we got to find out who these Greeks that it's talking about. How did we become Galatians? How did we become Corinthians? How did we become Thessalonians? All those places, right? Those are Greek-speaking Hebrews. Those people, men of color.
That's the reason why I don't believe denominations. Because,
we don't believe in no denomination either.
Yeah, when Paul said when he talked to all churches and he corrected them on the same knowledge and teaching.
Right. Yeah.
He said, I'm speaking to the church of
Those names, that's what they were called. Those are derogatory names. Just like we give it today. You give the people, the so-called black Americans is called African American or American blacks. The older gentleman, he was called a Negro during this time. We have our brothers from Haiti. They are from the tribe of Levi, but they're called Haitians today. Benjamin, the West Indian blacks. All these are derogatory names that you see here. These are the God-given names that the Most High call his people, okay? Those are the tribes. Those are the 12 tribes. So now, you got to find out, how did we become Greeks, right? How did we become Greeks? Read that real quick.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers.
Right, hear that? So they came down there. The king sent men, sent Greek, his men, his government, and them Go down there and have us depart from the laws, from our forefathers. Meaning, stop keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, right? For us to become what? To be like them. Read.
And to not live after the laws of God, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem.
Yeah, they said they're going to come there. Want us to pollute the temple. Meaning, start sacrificing unclean animals and unclean things. Read.
And to call it the temple of Jupiter.
Call it the what?
The temple of Jupiter.
So what do they call that planet that's out of space, that one planet? Jupiter, right? So all those names that you see, all those Greek names, right? So but they wanted us to conform to their Greek.
And the temple of Jupiter Olympus, and Garizim of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire, that dwelt in the place.
Hear that? They wanted us to start worshiping their gods. Read. They're talking about Olympia. Well, who stayed in Olympia when you start reading, you watch the Greek mythology movie? Zeus and them. Yeah. All right, read.
The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people.
Hear that? This coming in, when they were trying to enforce it was so grievous, it was hard on us. We didn't want to do that. Why? Because we knew the outcome if we didn't keep God's commandments. Most High gonna jack us up. Read.
For the temple was filled with riot and revealing by the Gentiles who dallied with harlots.
Where you at?
Dallied.
Oh, dallied with harlots, meaning they was in there sleeping around with whores. Read.
It had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places. And besides that, brought in things that were not lawful.
Yeah, they brought things that were not lawful. There's an ordinance on how you're supposed to worship God, what you're supposed to sacrifice, how to do it, what day, all this stuff. There was always an order according to Most High. He deals with order and structure. Read.
The altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbiddeth. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days.
Hear that? Now we'll go back to what you said. Neither was it lawful, because they came up with a law that said you cannot keep the Sabbath day. When we was in this hard bondage, what happened? Did we keep the Sabbath day? They was working, right? But they let you off on Sunday, right? And that was the day they worshiped. So that's how you start getting conformed. Same thing. History repeats itself. Okay? Read.
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
All to be a Jew. Because at this time, this was during this time right here, this was during the southern kingdom, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, okay? These are the ones who were left. Northern kingdom had already left to come on this side of the world. Did you know that? They came over here? Are you familiar with that? Yeah. Okay, all right, read.
Verse 7, and in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat the sacrifices. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus, carrying ivy.
Hear that? They had to keep that thing called Bacchus. That going to the Mardi Gras, but y'all keep down there in New Orleans, right? Now, what happens down there? Our people go down there and do it freely, right? But at one time, we were forced to go down there to do that. Yeah, but now we do it freely. We were forced to keep Christmas.
It was entertainment.
Yeah.
For them.
And what kind of stuff going on down there in Mardi Gras? What's righteous that goes on down there? Everything that's defiled, correct. Right. So now you're seeing this, right? Read.
Verse 8, moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against
King Ptolemy, right? He's a Greek king.
Ptolemy against the Jew, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices.
We had to do the same thing they had to do. Just like what happened to us in these last days. When they conquered us, we were destroyed. Hey, they said, you know what? Now we can do the Emancipation Proclamation. Okay, now we can take the chains off of them. They're destroyed. They ain't going nowhere. He think he's a Negro. He doesn't know he's a Jew. He think he's Hispanic. He doesn't know that he's the northern kingdom of Israel. So on and so forth. Read.
And whoso would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles.
You didn't conform yourself at this time to be a Greek, just like you didn't conform yourself to be African American, a Negro, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever they was calling us during the time. What you see here, if you didn't conform to that, what did they do to us, Brother Honeycutt? They whooped you, killed you. Good. Think about Wabo Kunta Kinte, right? They beat that name into him, right? Remember, he knew his name, what his meaning of his name, so on and so forth. That's just an example there. You see this right here, you see what happened? You see the same thing happened to the Northern Kingdom. They had the slavery going on. And they're the same history, man. We're the same people. When they came over, they were speaking Hebrew to them. You know what I'm saying? They spoke Hebrew. That's why they had the law of the fringes, so on and so forth. My people is so-called Native Americans. So I'm from the tribe of Gad. You know, we had all this stuff. There's more what do you call it, ancient artifacts, more proof so that the northern kingdom is Israel that they can find. They found more Israelite stuff here on this side of the world than they find over there on the eastern hemisphere, okay? So you gotta remember, when they didn't do certain things, they cut their hands off, cut their feet off. You know what I'm saying? They didn't bring back enough stuff out of the water. They drowned them. You got to think of every evil thing you can think of. You ever heard that song back in the days? I think it was Dr. Dre's album. He said, "There's 6 million ways to die and choose one." How you think they figured that out? They killed you 6 million ways. They found out every type of way to torture you, to find out everything. Read.
Verse 9, and whoso will not conform himself to the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death. Then might a man have seen the present misery.
Hear that? Then you was put to death if you didn't do what they told you to do. You didn't become a Colossian. You didn't become, these were Greeks. All those, that was in the land of Greece. Yeah, those were Greeks speaking Hebrew. Matter of fact, who got the Zondervan? I'm gonna bring that out again. Get you a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary too, man. Get you one. It's very helpful. I ain't saying everything in there is true, but it's got fish bones in there. Give me that about Greek. I'm gonna give you the definition of Greek. Because you think about how Paul can speak Greek. Huh? The Paul people was taking over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah. So he was one of those, his descendants were one of the ones that was conquered by the Greeks. After the Greeks came the Romans, right? They're the same people, right? Of the same tribe. Read what you got. What you got? Greek? What you got? Greece? Greek, let me see what I want here. I think I might want, was it Helen? Was it Helen? Grecian, give me Grecian. Grecian. Grece. You gotta find Grecian, it may be back here. Yeah, read that right there.
Greece, Grecians. Grecia is Greece, the home of the Hellenes. Greek and Grecians, however, are to be distinguished. Greek are generally those of Hellenic race.
Right, because you got the word Hellenized. You ever heard it be Hellenized? It goes into be like Americanized. So like when they came over and they forced their laws and things of that nature on you, now you Americanized. So let's say you had somebody that's East Indian, you know, they got the red dot in their forehead or whatever. When they come over here, they end up becoming American. They become a citizen, right? So they start celebrating Christmas, Easter, wearing pants. You know, remember women wear a garment. You know what I'm saying? They start doing their traditions. You know, but it's willingly for them. Back then, it was forced on us to be Hellenized Jews. You found it? Read.
But the word may be used to indicate non-Jews.
Right. So most of the time, when you hear the word Greece, it's usually non-Jews, right? But watch this.
Foreigners and aliens. Grecians were Greek-speaking Jews.
Yeah, Grecians were Greek-speaking Jews. Okay, that's why Paul had to go teach them. You know what I'm saying? That was speaking those languages. He can speak those languages. That's why Christ went and talked to him. He went out there. He taught there. He taught here. He went to all those churches. They set up churches. They had to break them from. Just like what we're doing now, we breaking these strongholds. Their stronghold was Athena, you know what I'm saying? Zeus, Jupiter, you know what I'm saying? Whatever Roman gods and stuff they were worshiping, their minds were stuck on that. And they had to tear it, man. We had to, back then, you are your forefathers. You lived during that time. You don't know it, you've been regenerated. But you had to go out there and teach our people all over again. The same thing, our people walking around, they were drugged up, cocaine, crack, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Same stuff.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.